Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Snuggles and Storytime. My name is Amanda, and I'm so glad to see you today. Are you ready for a great story? Are you ready for two great stories? Ooh, today I have two great stories to share with you, and we have a science experiment to do. It'll be fun. But before we get to all that, let's sing hello. Put your hands up so you can join me. Here we go. Hello, all my friends, how are you? Hello, all my friends, how are you? With the jiggle, 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 and a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hello, all my friends, how are you? I hope you've had a great day. Today we're talking about a really strong emotion. Yeah, it's a strong emotion that makes our brains stop working. It's a strong emotion that can make you do things that you wouldn't do and act in ways you wouldn't normally act. Today's emotion is mad. Have you ever felt mad or angry? Mad and angry means the same thing. Mad is what we're calling it today. Mad is a really strong emotion. It's one that makes your whole body tense up and your face gets warm. It's a tough one. And the trickiest part is it's so strong that it makes your brain turn off. You're not thinking very well when you're mad. So today I've got two stories to read, and both of them have a time where the character is really, really mad, and they handle their mad or their angry feelings in different ways. That's going to teach us something so we can do our science experiment. Are you ready for the first story? The first story is about a sheep named Marvin. And our story is called Marvin Gets Mad. Yeah, have you ever seen an angry or a mad sheep? No? Well, but I bet they do get angry sometimes. It's written by Joseph Theobald, and it doesn't say who did the illustrations. So maybe Joseph Theobald did the words and the illustrations. Maybe he did two big jobs. I'm not sure. Are you ready? Okay, here's our story. One perfect morning, Marvin and Molly found a tree full of big, juicy apples. There was one apple that Marvin really wanted, but no matter how high he jumped, he couldn't quite reach it. Can you guess which apple he's looking for? My guess is this one that's really close to him. Let's see what he does. Oops, too many pages. Maybe it will fall off, thought Marvin. He waited and waited and waited, but the apple did not fall. Eventually, Marvin fell asleep. Is he mad? No, not yet. When Marvin woke up, the apple was gone, and Molly was eating it. I wanted that apple, shouted Marvin. Sorry, said Molly. I didn't know. Oh, would he be mad now? Maybe. Marvin was not happy. Don't get mad with me, said Molly. There's lots of more apples on the tree. I wanted that apple, shouted Marvin, and you ate it. Ooh, is he getting mad? He is. Marvin was so mad. He grew mad teeth and mad horns and mad feet and a mad tail. Do you think he really grew them? No, but that mad feeling is so strong, sometimes it feels like it's taking over your body. I want my apple, he he shouted. Calm down, said Molly. Is that going to make him be calm? Probably not. Let's see. No! Shouted Marvin, and he stomped on the floors. He knocked over the chicken shed. He scared the ducks, and he even bit the cow's tail. Are any of those things good? No, but when you're mad or really, really angry, your brain turns off, and it doesn't do thinking. Marvin didn't know what he wanted anymore. He stomped his big mad feet and let out a big mad bah! As Marvin stomped harder and harder, the ground began to rumble underneath him, and suddenly, crack! The ground opened up and swallowed him whole. Marvin fell deeper and deeper and landed with a thud, all alone in the dark. Bah! Shouted Marvin, but nobody could hear him. He tried to break the wall by hitting it with his head, but that only hurt his head. Marvin was all alone. He closed his eyes and remembered the perfect day in the meadow. I wish Molly was here, he thought. Gradually, Marvin felt less mad. So he had to be away from everybody, and then he felt less mad. When Marvin opened his eyes, there was Molly. I'm sorry I was so angry, said Marvin. That's okay, said Molly. I've come to find you. I thought you might be lost. And look, I found another big juicy apple, and it's just for you. Thank you, said Marvin, and Molly showed Marvin the way back up to the meadow. So how did he start to feel better? Yeah, he had to take a break. Sometimes if you're really angry, Mom and Dad maybe say you should go and take a time out. Maybe they have you sit in a chair or in a corner, or maybe they go have you sit in your room. Sometimes you just need a break from whatever's going on that's making you really mad so your body and your mind can start thinking again. Because mad is a tough emotion. It's really strong. Everything was perfect again, but Marvin didn't want an apple anymore. Now he wanted a pear, and no matter how high he jumped, he just couldn't quite reach it. Uh-oh. Do you think he's going to get mad again? I hope not. That's where the story ends. You have to just use your imagination to decide, did he get mad again? Or did he remember to calm down and think? I don't know. We have another story to read. But before we get to our next story, I think we should sing a song. Are you ready to sing a song? Let's sing our feeling song, but we're going to start with the happy one. Do you remember what to do if we're happy? If you're happy and you know it, you're right. We're going to clap our hands. Here we go. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Ooh, now we're going to change our emotion. We're going to feel kind of really heavy inside, and our eyes might fill with tears. Yeah, we're going to be sad, and then we're going to wipe our tears away because we're sad. Are you ready? We can just pretend. You don't have to really be sad. Here we go. If you're sad and you know it, wipe your eyes. If you're sad and you know it, wipe your eyes. If you're sad and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're sad and you know it, wipe your eyes. Are you done being sad? Me too. The next feeling we're feeling is the one that we're learning about today, mad. But in the song, we call it angry because the rhythm fits better. So if we're angry, does our brain work? No. So if we're angry, we're going to take a breath because that's the only way to make our brain start working again. Are you ready? Okay. If you're angry and you know it, take a breath. If you're angry and you know it, take a breath. If you're angry and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're angry and you know it, take a breath. Are you done being angry? Me too. It's time for my favorite emotion. Do you remember what it is? It's love. Love is kind of like happy, but it makes you feel all warm and cozy on the inside. Are you ready? When we're loved, we're going to share a hug. You can hug yourself, or you can hug a teddy bear, or you can hug a mom or a dad, or a brother or a sister or a cat or a dog. Anybody that's around you. Don't hug a fish though. We're too strong. We'll hurt the fish. Are you ready? Here we go. If you're loved and you know it, share a hug. Oh. If you're loved and you know it, share a hug. Oh. If you're loved and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're loved and you know it, share a hug. Oh, I love that feeling. Are you ready for our next story? It's a great one. This time we have a mouse that's really, really mad. Our story is called Mouse Was Mad. It's a great story. It has a great tool that's going to help us know what to do if we're mad or angry. And it's written by Linda Urban, and it's illustrated, or the pictures are by Henry Cole. I hope you like it. It's one of my favorites. Here we go. Mouse was mad. He was hopping mad. You look ridiculous, said Hare. Mouse stopped hopping. Let me show you how to properly hop, said Hare, who was really quite the hopping whiz. Ooh, is he doing a big hop? He is. Mouse tried to hop like Hare. Nothing doing. Mouse went hop, hop, flop, splish into a mucky mud puddle. If you're angry and something happens and you fall, do you think you'd be more angry or do you think you would feel better? I think I might be more angry if that happened. Let's see what happens to Mouse. Now Mouse was really mad. He was stomping mad. You call that stomping? Said Bear. Mouse stopped stomping. Stomping, when done right, should result in the shaking of the trees and the rumbling of the earth, said Bear. Bear stomped, and the trees shook and the earth rumbled. He's a big bear. Mouse tried to stomp like Bear. The trees didn't shake and the earth didn't rumble. Mouse went stomp, stomp, flomp, sploosh, right into another mucky mud puddle. Uh-oh. Do you think he's going to get more mad? I don't know. Let's see. Now Mouse was really, really mad. He was screaming mad. That's hardly a scream at all, said Bobcat. And Mouse stopped screaming. When I scream, you can hear it echo through the trees. Bobcat screamed to prove his point, and it echoed, and it echoed. Mouse opened his mouth wide and let out the loudest scream he could manage. No echo. He tried arching his back like Bobcat, but he lost his balance and fell sploosh into another mucky mud puddle. Uh-oh. Now Mouse was really, really, really mad. He was rolling around on the ground mad. Pull your feet in, said Hedgehog. Mouse stopped rolling. The best rolling is achieved when the body is a perfect sphere. Sphere is a fancy word for circle or ball. Hedgehog tucked his nose and his feet together and with his hands, and he was a perfect sphere. Pages are stuck. Mouse tucked his nose and his feet and his hands together, but he was not a perfect sphere. He was close. He pulled in his tail and rolled around and sploosh into the muckiest mud puddle of all. Do you think he's still mad? I don't know. Let's see. Now Mouse was really, 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 really mad. He was standing still mad. Mouse didn't hop. He didn't stomp. He didn't scream or roll on the ground. He stood very, very still. Impressive, said Hare. What control, said Bear. Is he even breathing? Asked Hedgehog. Mouse took a deep breath and he breathed out. Bobcat heard the air whistle through Mouse's nose, but he didn't see Mouse move at all. Inspiring, said Bobcat. Bobcat stood very, very still, and he breathed in and tried not to move. Your ears twitched, said Hare. Let me try. But he couldn't keep his tail from wiggling. Bear tried, but when he breathed in, the trees moved and the ground shook. Little Hedgehog came closest, but even he couldn't keep his bristles from bristling. They stood together for a long time, breathing in and out, and trying to be very still. And then Mouse realized he was no longer mad. I feel better now, said Mouse. You look better, said Bear. I think you need a bath, said Hedgehog. Good idea, said Mouse. Splash! Where did he go? He jumped into a little bathtub. That's a fun idea. So Mouse was really, really angry, but how did he calm his body down so that his mind could start working again, his brain could start thinking? Yep, he had to stop and be very still and just breathe. And that can be really tough to do Because when you're mad, that's our emotion. It's a really strong feeling. And you just want to do something to get all the mad out. But the only way to get all the mad out is by stopping and breathing. It's the only way. I have a little science experiment to help you see this. So I have a plate. And on my plate, I made a little volcano out of Play-Doh. And in the Play-Doh, I put some white powder. That's my angry powder or my mad powder. Now, it's way down deep in there. Do you see it? Okay, so this is my angry feeling. And this is some vinegar. The vinegar is when I'm really, really angry. It's going to help me remember what to do. So remember what we're supposed to do when we're angry? We have to stop and take a breath. It's going to take a while. We've got to watch to see how long before all the anger goes away. Are you ready? Okay, let's try. Ready? Breathe in. And then breathe out. Ooh, some of the anger is away. Is there still more anger inside my volcano? There is. Let's take another breath. Ready? Oh, it's feeling better. Do I still have anger in my volcano? Can you see? Oh, a little bit more. Let's take one more breath and see if we're calm then. Ready? Breathe in. And more breath out. There. Oops, I gotta put this down before I spill. Now I have my volcano. Is there any more anger inside my volcano? There's not. But I couldn't make my anger go away until I took my breaths. That's the important part about being angry. We've got to have self-control to stop and take a break so our mind can start thinking again. Otherwise, we'll do bad choices like punch somebody or scream or get really, really angry. You might even throw something. That's not fun. And I know you don't want to do that. We need to have control over our bodies, so we've got to remember to stop and breathe. My friends, I had a great time reading stories with you today, and I can't wait to see you next time. Remember, until I see you again, that you are special, and you are cared for, and you are loved, you are important, and you are awesome. Bye-bye, my friends. I'll see you next time.